once in a while, you just get one of those films that just grabs you right from the jump. Not because it's flashy, not because it's trying too hard, but because it's real. And that's what The Lost Bus on Apple TV, starring Matthew McConaughey and America Ferrera, based on the true story of Kevin McKay, is doing. He's a bus driver in Northern California who risked everything during the 2018 Camp Fire to save a classroom of kids. This is one of those rare films that doesn't just, make you emotional, it makes you grateful. So the story follows Kevin McKay, played by McConaughey, this regular guy, a school bus driver with a complicated personal life. He's got problems with his family, he's struggling with his past, and kind of in his job in sorts. And you can tell that he's just trying to hold everything together. Then that's when the wildfires hit, and what starts as a normal day quickly turns into absolute chaos because he finds himself trapped in a nightmare. You have flames spreading faster than anyone could imagine, smoke blocking the sky, and he's got 20 plus kids that he decides to take on a bus, counting on him to make the right calls. Now, he's got to make these split-second decisions because, for example, he's thinking, do we wait for help? Do we drive through this fire in certain scenes? Do we even have a chance? And what's so damn good about this film is that you never lose sight of that human fear, that desperate, instinctive drive to protect others, even when you're terrified yourself. And that's where Matthew McConaughey's performance really comes into shine because he does a great job. He delivers. He's not doing the smooth talking, charming McConaughey thing and he did in his past, for example. He's raw here, he's broken, he's quiet in all the right moments. There's this one early scene, for example, it's a simple conversation with him and his son, and it just really hits. You barely see the kid again for the rest of the movie, but that moment carries so much weight that it sticks with you all the way to the end. You feel his guilt, you feel his fear, and you feel his heart. McConaughey once again proves that he's one of the best working actors out there because he makes you believe that this guy could be your neighbor, for example, or even your bus driver. It's pretty authentic. Now, America Ferrera on the other end is really good here too. At first, I kind of thought her character was a little annoying. She's got this weird intro scene early on where McConaughey's trying to save these kids clearly, and she's like, "It's not, ma'am." She's like, "My name's Mary," while there's literally fucking fire in the sky, and I was like, this is not the time for this. But that's kind of what makes her arc so good because as the film goes on, she becomes someone that you generally care about. She's scared, she's emotional, she's trying to help in her own way, and it kind of starts feeling really earned. And by the end, she's not a side character anymore. She's part of the heartbeat of this story. Now, this movie is directed by Paul Greengrass, and you definitely feel it. That signature shaky cam that he's known for actually kind of works perfectly here. It's not in a disorienting way, but in a chaotic and human way. You can barely see through the smoke and fires everywhere, and yet the camera never really loses the focus on the people. There are moments where the fire completely surrounds the bus, and you can hear the kids crying, mental creaking, and McConaughey just gripping what, feels like his life is depending on his choices here. You feel the danger, you feel the heat. The cinematography is hauntingly beautiful. The mix of orange skies, black ash feeling apocalyptic. The green grass keeps it grounded in realism. You're never really watching a disaster movie, you're watching a part of human history that actually happened. At its core, The Lost Bus is about ordinary heroism. It's about people who don't really wear capes, who don't have training, who don't know if they're gonna make it, but they still step up when it matters most. And this movie captures that feel-good vibe, but not really in a cheesy, overly sentimental way. It earns it. You leave this film feeling inspired, not because everything's perfect, but because it reminds you of what people are capable of when everything is falling apart. And I really think that that's why this movie works so well right now, because it's in a time where so many, films chase that spectacle. The Lost Bus is just going straight for the heart. This is one of those movies that'll stay with you for a while. Matthew McConaughey is phenomenal. America Ferrera holds her own, and Paul Greengrass once again proves why he's one of the best at blending that realism with emotion. Yes, it is a small movie. It barely hit theaters, I think, for a week or something like that a few weeks ago. And we all know that probably means 5 screens across the country with those limited releases. But man, it definitely deserves to be seen. If you love powerful performances, real life hero stories, and movies that make you feel something real, this is definitely one of those. I'm one of those Apple TV Plus subscription people, I'm telling you right now, it's still the best one in the business besides HBO Max. Go out and get one just for this movie. I'm going to give The Lost Bus a 9 out of 10. It's heartfelt, it's powerful, beautifully shot, and anchored by one of McConaughey's best performances in years. It's one of my favorites of 2025 so far. If you've seen The Lost Bus, let me know what you thought down below in the comments. Did it hit you just as hard as it hit me? And if you haven't checked it out, go check it. Go check it out, please. Watch this movie however you can. It's beautifully made. And with that, Mr. Chocolate, I'll catch you guys on the next one.
I started to think that maybe I could earn a second